Today we'll be talking about social media and teaching, and this presentation is being done by myself, Mona Corpus, Maria Gonzalez, Vanessa Martinez, and Ariana Quesada. So we will first discuss our inquiry question, which is, how can teachers use social media and technology in a positive way? So teachers can make the most of all social media and technology platforms in a constructive way. The table provided shows only a few of the ways both social media and technology can be beneficial for teachers to implement in the classroom. So I have a table here. My first column is positive social media use. So the first one would be, of course, which is really important to me, would be a positive digital citizenship, and will also allow students to show their personality and building a classroom culture. My second column would be a positive technology implications, which would be for a college and career readiness and build media literacy for students. So to go further into this, I have some reflective questions that helps me kind of discuss what was said in my table. So for my first one would be your professionally driven motivations to research this topic and questions. So of course, for social media, it would be the future of society. And that goes back to having a positive digital citizenship. This allows our students to behave with integrity. Sometimes kids kind of think, just because I post something and delete it, that it's gone, and that's not always the case, or more than likely that's never the case. So we want to teach them to behave in a way that's not gonna jeopardize them in the future. And for technology, it would be, of course, 21st century learners. With the world and education changing, employers now are wanting students to know how to use Word and Excel and Google Docs, and getting our students ready for that is always going to help them in the long run. The second question would be your beliefs about ethical practice with the topic. And of course, for social media, that would be role modeling expectations. A way that I feel that myself and future teachers can do this is, for example, we can utilize Facebook, for instance. Teachers can create a group, a group where students can join in, and by the teacher being the host of that group, they can monitor what the kids post. Like, for instance, what I like to do sometimes when I work with my upper kids, my fifth graders, is that the majority of them have Facebook. So I like to create a group, and I let these kids, with of course me monitoring it, I let these kids post anything that they find interesting, educational, or whether it be a topic that we're learning about. And from there, I always tell them, make sure keep up to date with our group, because you never know when I'm gonna bring up something. And by that, I allow them I'm modeling myself, the expectations of them, and I'm forcing them to model it as well. For technology, it would also be respecting school property. I believe this is a major issue, because a lot of these kids, they've never, especially when it comes to our low income schools, that some of these kids, it's their first time with a device, that they may not know how to properly take care of it or handle it. So that's when we find devices where a crayon is stuck in the microphone, So by teaching students how to respect school property is very important to me. And lastly, my last reflective question would be my connection as a future teacher. Of course, I would be for social media, that'll be building productive members of society, and for technology, teaching practices that mimic technology innovation.
Promoting education. Social media can be seen as a distraction, but we must look at the positive way, how to incorporate it in our daily lives and classrooms. I believe as a teacher, it will be very helpful not only for us as an educator, but students and their parent guardians. I was professionally driven by this topic because we can demonstrate that the students the benefits of social media. Below are some examples of how beneficial this can be not only for me as a teacher, but for them and their parent guardian. Promoting students' work can show the parents guardian of what they're doing in the classroom and what they learn. Promoting the students' awards through social media can motivate them to achieve and do good in class. They can feel proud of what they have earned and is being displayed. Through social media, we can promote special events such as graduation, school dance, competitions in order to keep the students and parents involved. How is technology helpful? With technology, we have students as small as 3-year-old learning how to read, count, and say the ABCs. Many have tablets nowadays, and they are able to download applications such as Kindle, ABC Mouse, YouTube Kids, among others. It's so easy with the help of a parent or educator to have them download an app in where they can continue learning home after a day in class. As an educator, we can encourage them to continue learning from home. As an educator, it is convenient for us because we can look at the activities that they can do at home to challenge themselves to learn more. Reflective questions. Your professionally driven motivation to reach this topic in question. For me, social media is to prepare with applications, for the students to prepare with applications and the network that can be useful for their education and life scenarios. With technology, it's to prepare the students into modern life and keep up with the changes on how to use resources available to them. To have also more, for us to have also more knowledge and how to prepare the students with updates in technology. The beliefs about ethical practice in this topic. Social media, it's to teach our students how to be professional when it comes to social media. There can be many resources in social media which can be used, but they have to know what is appropriate. With technology, there's many apps that are available for everyone, but can be presented as a good and be a virus. We should demonstrate how to prevent scams and also hacking. Why do you think it's very important and connected to your future teaching? With social media, we have to teach students how to accept criticism, be social with others, and maintain a safe environment. With technology, we have to adapt just as the students to the changes that are happening daily with social media. Not only are we educating them, but we're educating ourselves. There's many applications that can be very useful for all of us to grow in our education.
Why should teachers research this topic? As a future teacher in an increasingly more technological world, we should be motivated to research this topic because it is important to understand the effects of social media so that we are able to learn how to use technology in a positive way that benefits students and shows them how it can be used for good inside and outside of the classroom. Additionally, as educators, it's our responsibility to make sure that we are using social media in a professional and constructive manner that aligns with teacher laws and ethics. Ethical practices of social media. So how can teachers use social media positively? Teachers can use social media in a positive manner by utilizing technology in an ethical way. This means understanding and complying with laws and policies that are put in place regarding teacher behavior in social media. For example, some school districts have guidelines teachers need to follow when communicating with students and parents through social media or personal electronic devices. Additionally, teachers can practice ethics when using social media and technology by maintaining privacy and confidentiality. In order to protect students and use social media positively, confidential information such as their home situation or special needs should remain private and not be shared with others through the internet. Therefore, I believe these ethical practices help us be role models, engage on social media in a professional way, and use technology positively. Why social media is important and how it affects future teachers. Personally, I believe social media and technology, as well as how to use it in a positive way, is very important and connects to future teaching because if used properly could benefit both the students and the teachers. For example, social media and technology can be used for group communication. Students can ask questions and the teacher and other students can see these questions and clarify instructions on assignments. Teachers can also use social media and technology, including apps such as Schoology or Class Dojo, to give feedback to students and to motivate them so that they are engaged both outside and inside the classroom. Additionally, teachers can use social media to keep parents and administrators involved in what is going on in the classroom, what topics the students are covering, and the children's accomplishments. Furthermore, technology and social media is becoming much more common today. So showing students how to use social media in a positive, constructive, professional, and kind way can help prepare them for the future in a technological world.
Effects of social media. Social media has become a vital part of a student's social life. The use of technology such as social media has changed the way we get an education. Social media and education can complement one another if used effectively. The usage of social media has now turned into a learning platform for students that enhances their engagement and their capabilities in their learning process. New types of social media that we have available now gives many students the opportunity to connect with others, access information, and search for information easily. Technology in education. Educators want to improve student performance, and technology can help them accomplish this goal. Technology allows students to explore new subjects and deepen their understanding of a certain subject. With technology in education, it gives students access to educational resources 24/7, even when at home. It personalizes learning opportunities for each student and gives them the opportunity to learn at their own pace. With the technology that we have available today, classes can be taken place entirely online. Students can now use apps like Zoom or Google Classroom, which allows them to take their classes completely online. Technology can also benefit the teachers. It helps them implement useful tools that allows them to expand learning opportunities for students. It can help improve their instruction methods and also allows them to personalize their own lessons. Reflective questions. Your professionally driven motivation to research this topic in question. For technology, my motivation to do research on technology is because it is changing the way we are getting an education today. If we take a moment to remember the way we learned when we were younger, it is much different now than how it is much different how it is now. Because of technology, now we can learn much quicker than before. It provides us with a variety of information and knowledge, and it doesn't limit us to just one person's opinion. For social media, my motivation is because there are many social media tools for education that can be taken advantage of for students of any age. Each social media platform that is available for us today offers many different ways to be used in the classroom. The reason that we chose social media is because it is becoming a big part of our daily life and it is quickly being integrated into the classroom. My beliefs about ethical practice in this topic. For technology, an ethical practice for technology will be teaching students how to be effective and ethical when it comes to using digital tools. Today, many classrooms and teachers are able to incorporate technology in many of the assignments. This allows students to learn how to use technology responsibly and correctly with teacher insight. For social media, an ethical practice would be knowing how to use it correctly. Social media can have many benefits when it comes to using it in learning and in the classroom, but it is also very important that we learn how to use it in a way that it is only positive and safe and will benefit us in the future and in our learning. Why do you think it is important and connected to your future teaching? For technology, it connects to my future teaching because it's constantly changing at a very fast pace. Technology developing is what is going to make our teaching easier and more efficient. It will allow us as teachers to access and teach more information to our students to help increase their knowledge. For social media, it connects to my future teaching because by motivating students and making it easier for them to communicate. Like technology, social media is also changing and advancing at a very fast pace, and it is making it easier for students to use it to gain more knowledge. It gives students opportunities to share their thoughts and ideas easily on a specific subject.